I've been on YouTube a long time, not so much as a creator, but as an enjoyer of content. And one of the biggest genres of YouTube that's blown up just since the beginning is a little genre called Let's Plays. You don't know what they are? Well, tonight, that's what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about the history and somewhat of the downfall of Let's Plays, because I don't really, I don't really want to give it away right away, because it gives it away right away. So, anyway, before we get into the show, I do want to kind of talk a little bit about some stuff that's happened recently. I really hope you guys checked out the last few episodes I did where I had guests, because those were very good. They were some of the best ones I've done so far, I would say, because I put a lot of effort into them, especially the last one I did with my friend Messi. I really tried to go hard into a bit right there at the beginning. I couldn't commit to it at all because I can't commit to a bit after a certain point. And I it gets a little annoying. But anyway, before I want to get in it, we're going to see some channel changes coming soon, because I've gotten a couple copyright claims already. Being such a small creator, it's an amazing feat that I've already gotten 2 copyright claims on a couple videos. One of them, which was a video that I showcased that had copyrighted material in it from Nintendo that the guy uses on his monetized channel. I'm sure he's not paying Nintendo that money. So it's kind of ironic that I got hit by that. That doesn't matter. There are going to be some new changes coming to the show. This is probably the last time I'm going to be using this intro, because I'm going to be getting a new intro. Because I'm trying to learn how to make music. I have a whole program. I got a program to make music, and I haven't used it yet. So I'm going to try to use that and get a actual new intro song going. One that isn't like, something that I just kind of threw together from something else. If you know what it is, that's amazing. If you don't know what it is, I'm not going to tell you. It is somebody else's song though. So, this is hopefully going to be the last time I use it. And there's going to be a lot of other changes coming to the show soon. I'm already wanting to change my format and all this other stuff. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get right into the show. Okay, so in case you didn't catch it before, we're going to be talking about Let's Plays today. So Let's Plays is one of the oldest YouTube genres out there, pretty much right alongside the video game reviewer guy, or really the angry video game reviewer guy. But YouTube's been around for a long time, and it was originally just a video sharing website, right? I love YouTube. I've watched YouTube since the beginning. Like my actual account that I'm going to be showing you later is at least 11 years old. It's old. I've had it since I was like 17, which kind of ages me. I realize now I shouldn't have said that, but anyway, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. So one of the genres that really picked up, because the original iterations of YouTube, a lot of the viral stuff was just like fail videos and stuff like that. Those have always been big, the viral videos. Chocolate Rain was one of the biggest ones. And something happened, there was a little something happened called Let's Plays that started popping up on YouTube, and it became insanely popular. Not just because video game content is already popular, but it's easy to watch. It's like, I'm going to type in Super Mario Brothers 3 on there, and you'll get tons of gameplay videos. But back in the day, not so much. But not a lot of people were making that content. And, well, okay, I'm already all over the place with this. I should have structured this episode more. I run episodes through my head multiple times. This originally wasn't going to be the episode tonight. I was going to do an entirely different episode. And I changed that. Because, well, there's a certain creator that does make Let's Plays now. And this is why it kind of tied back into Let's Plays. And so I was like, I'll just do a whole episode on Let's Plays. But there's a particular creator out there that makes Let's Plays, and he's been in a bit of a hot water lately. a hot water. He's been in some hot water lately from his fan base, and just kind of from the internet in general. But we'll get that when we get it because, well, I guess I could just no, because if I give it away now, it again, you'll want to hear more about it. So I'm not going to talk about it right just yet. We'll get to it in a minute, though. Right now, I want to talk about the history of Let's Plays and how it started. So it started off as people... Let's just start with the history. So Let's Plays was originally a forum-based screen sharing service. People would screen cap their... Usually with emulators, or sometimes people would take pictures of their TV screen of experiences they were having in a game. And then they would write an entire, almost like a blog. It was almost like a blog. They would, write down all the things that they had happened to them in a particular game. And, the idea or the premise of it was that you played the game along with them while they were playing it. And they called it a Let's Play. Let's play this together. Okay, that's kind of an interesting concept because it was not really a thing that people did. So, and it was kind of cool because you were both playing through the game at the same time, or, the whole forum board was playing through at the same time and rating their experiences and sharing them together with each other. And so they would just share screen captures and stuff like that. And that was kind of it. And then YouTube picked up, and, then we started having services like Fraps. Fraps was a very popular one, early one. Now everybody just uses OBS or XSplit or what's the other one? I don't remember. I know there's Streamlabs OBS, but this is the OBS XSplit, and there's probably another one. I can't think of it. I use OBS, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, then so you'd really just get a screen capturing software, and then you would record your gameplay. And most people, and then you would post it up online. Now, most people would add in some commentary into it while, post the game, because most people didn't record their commentary live, and then we started getting live commentary. But anyway, so the forum eventually evolved into videos, and people would post videos of it instead and have commentary going on because, well, it's much more entertaining that way. And, people would... the thing is, though... Okay, so people would watch the video and then get what that person's experience was through that. Usually people wouldn't send a return video to them. They would just comment about it and say, oh, yeah, that was cool, or, whatever. But it became very popular because, well, there's a lot of people that love video games. And, when you're on the internet, I guarantee you probably enjoy video games because it's not that uncommon anymore. Gaming is one of the most popular forms of media today. I mean, other than TV, and not even like TV and social media, probably the number one forms of like entertainment people get nowadays. But video games is easily the second or third. I mean, it's so easy to just download a game on your phone, like Candy Crush, or what my wife plays, which is Homescapes, which is literally the same game. They're all the same game, and they're always free. They just advertise to you and have microtransactions. Anyway, this isn't about games. This is about the history of Let's Plays. So people were posting videos on YouTube about it because YouTube was just a video sharing site, and it was easy to do that. You could just do that, and you could look up a particular game. It became easy to just find what you wanted to look for, and because a lot of screen sharing software was either cheap or free, anybody could do it. Like, it was so easy for anybody to do. The only thing that was sucked about it, well, okay, so this has also probably helped factor into the growth of Let's Plays, because Let's Plays became almost an overnight sensation. Because not only did we have people like the AVGN, Angry Video Game Nerd, making content about video games, and then we had a lot of copycat reviewers because of him. We had a lot of people just making content about games in general, and really just was people playing them because it was easy to do. Again, I'm not structuring my sentences very well. I'm not as prepared as I thought I was for this because, again, this wasn't going to be the original concept of the episode. I'm sorry. So I'm really sorry about that. Anyway, so it became I've already said this 5 times now, but it was easy for people to do. Okay. So people started posting all those videos and stuff like that, and it became very popular very fast because people like video games and they enjoy watching. Like, you know, you enjoy ever sat down with your friends when you were younger and you would play video games together. So sometimes you just had to sit out. You still had fun. Like, it was fun to watch people to do that, and it gives you the same experience, right? Especially with people adding commentary over it. Again, some people do it post, other people do live. And there was even some people that would actually, you know, put effort into editing some of their videos to add effects to it. Wasn't that common. In fact, it was very, very far and few between people would actually do that. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. But it blew up insanely fast and became so popular that YouTube almost got taken over by Let's Plays entirely. Like the front page, whenever you went to, and this was kind of also goes hand in hand with the rise of Minecraft, which is one of the reasons why Let's Plays took off so fast. It was because Minecraft was so popular, and people were making tons of videos about it after that. But I mean, Minecraft didn't get popular when Let's Plays started. Let's Plays started, and then a couple years later, Minecraft came, and then that took off even faster. Like, Minecraft took off so fast, it was insane. But yeah, it was just easy for people to watch, and honestly, it was easy for people to make because it's literally, if you had a game and you had a screen cap software, you could make a Let's Play. Because there's a lot of people that would not edit their Let's Plays. They would not edit them at all. The most they would do was they would have to cut it up into 10-minute intervals, because back then YouTube didn't let you post videos longer than 10 minutes. Now you can post like 24-hour videos on YouTube, and they don't care. I don't know why. I don't know why they think that's okay. But whatever, YouTube, you do you, man. I like YouTube a lot, but I mean, obviously there's always some problems with every platform. Anyway, so yeah, there was a lot of people that wouldn't edit them. Some people wouldn't even put commentary. Even still today, I don't know how that's a genre, of people just posting unedited, uncommentated gameplay clips. Like, I can understand if it's a speed run. Speedrun makes sense because that you're really, like, most of the time the people that are doing speedruns are insanely focused, and they're just like, you know, they have to be quiet for that. That makes sense. I've seen speedrunners that do post commentary of it because during their run they can't talk. They have to focus so hard that they can't talk. And that's understandable. I understand that entirely. I don't understand when it's just a casual game of like Mario. Again, I don't know why I'm harping on Mario 3. I think it's because one person in particular I'm going to be talking about is Mario 3, or you know, I found him through Mario 3. But again, silence is golden, right? Dead air, man. I am so good at this. Anyway. I say that a lot. I realize I say that a lot when I'm like trying to move on. I'm like, anyway, okay, come on. This is just a show. Folks, okay? I'm sorry. I'm not the best at this. I'm really trying hard. Again, it's a lot the reason why I say those previous episodes I did were like really a lot better than some of the best stuff I've done so far is because it's easier for me to have them back and forth with somebody. It's hard to like keep going by myself because I keep getting sidetracked and quite literally derailed all the time by everything I say. Hence what's happening now. I'm derailed again. And I don't know why. Anyway, let's go back. Let's try and go back to where I was talking about. So there's just, again, looking up Let's Plays was really easy on YouTube. You could just type in a game and you'd find whatever you want. And you'd find like a few people that were doing it. You had to put videos out because you could only put out 10-minute videos and you'd cut up the gameplay. Depending on how long the game is, you'd have a lot of parts for it. So you'd flood YouTube with tons of parts of a particular game, and that would help bring you traction because you have all these videos and stuff like that. And quite literally, if you try to search for something like that, like say you're just typing in, again, I don't know why I'm harping on Super Mario Bros. 3. Say you're looking up Super Mario Bros. 3. Back in the early days of what Let's Plays were, you'd probably find about 5, maybe 6 different people that had gameplay videos of it, or you know, a series about it. And that was it. I mean, you could get so much traction just off it. If you weren't an early adopter to it, you kind of like, especially later in the terms of Let's Plays, you kind of got lost in the sea because Let's Plays blew up so fast. And I think a lot of it blew up so fast is because it was so easy for people to do. Because I mean, there was even people that wouldn't use screen capturing service software or even hardware like a capture card. They would just put a camera in front of their TV. I mean, that was a common thing because, I mean, equipment was expensive. It still is expensive. Equipment's not cheap, okay? But equipment's expensive, and, not everybody could afford that. So what do? Well, I have this old camera. I have quite literally this Samsung right here that takes very poor quality video. I actually don't even have a battery in on this, but I didn't use this for that. I'm kidding. I use this for pictures, and well, my wife has a actual professional camera now that I got her, so don't really need that anymore. I thought maybe I could use this for like something else, like maybe as like a secondary camera, but turns out I can't actually even plug this in. It doesn't have like a video out on it, so I can't even plug it into anything. So I don't even know why. Again, I don't know why I'm rambling right now. You know what? Why don't we take a break from? Why don't I take a second while I gather my thoughts about what I'm going to be talking about this, and let's just go ahead and talk about some of the things that I want to do about the channel right now, because again, I'm not very prepared for this episode, and this is like my third take of, not even my third. This is like my second take of doing. This is my second take of doing this I don't know why. I'm just all over the place. I have notes. Look, I have this entire list. I have like 5 pages of notes that I have. Again, I didn't flip through all of them, and I can't keep myself together right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm just rambling. I'm going all over the place. Why don't we talk a little bit about the channel so I can gather my thoughts real quick and talk about some of the copyright claims I've gotten, and why it's kind of messed up and why I need to make changes to the show. Well, that's why I'm like a little iffy about even doing this today, because I'm afraid I'm going to get copyright claimed again, because I almost feel targeted by one. Okay, so one in particular that I got hit with was from a company called Claim DRM. Why don't I just take a minute to talk about these guys, because this actually really makes me mad. This makes me mad because mostly I really don't want ads on my YouTube videos. So let me see. Was it Claim? No. Claim. What is it? What is it? That's not the company. Maybe that. Anyway. Well, I can't find them right now because I actually did look up the website. It was a company called Claim DRM. Or something like that, and they claimed the second video I did about the talking about the YouTube drama and YouTube changes and stuff like that is literally my second episode. And a company that goes around claiming other people's videos to protect the copyright of certain channels. I understand that, but they say they do that in essence to bring that money to them. They're not. They're just claiming people's videos and stealing money from them. There's a lot of other people that have talked about them. I don't know why they decided to target me, but they targeted me and claimed that video because I realize that there's like other things that I could have gotten claimed for in that. They claimed it because of Anthpo's video where he used quite literally a copyrighted song in it and has his stuff monetized for himself. Yes, that is true. And they claimed it saying that I was using his stuff. And it's like, well, I mean, you realize he's using a copyrighted song in that, and he is not being claimed. So why are you targeting me? They're targeting me because they want to put ads on my videos and potentially take that money. I'm not monetized, okay? I'm not monetized. I don't ever plan on being monetized on this channel because I hate ads. Ads are the absolute worst, and I don't want to subject you or anybody else to ads because ads Ads are horrible. Nobody likes them. Nobody wants them around. And it really infuriates me that that's happened. And the second one that happened to me was the one I did with Ryan, where we were talking about E3. And I don't even understand this one at all. Disney themselves, it says right there, Disney was the company that claimed that video. They claimed that video because I played the limited runs, part of their E3 show that has the Star Wars theme song, because they're reprinting the Star Wars games. It has the Star Wars song in it. The Star Wars, there's only one Star Wars song, right? No, it has a Star Wars song in it that they play. And they claimed that part of my video because of that. Cool. Thanks, Disney. I know Disney's all they want is money, but please, why you got to do that to me? And that's why I'm glad I haven't seen any other ones yet. But I'm really hesitant to do this show because I'm afraid I'm gonna get claimed, because I am gonna show you some stuff about Let's Plays and kind of how they've evolved. And in fact, speaking about how they've evolved, let's just go ahead and jump right back into it, because I think I got it. I think I got down what I'm going to talk about. So Let's Plays originally started off as, a small genre. Okay. Let's Plays originally started off as basically, hey, I'm 20 years old. I'm in college and I got Saturday night off. Let me make a recording while I'm playing this game. Do some commentary on it, and, after that, just throw it up on YouTube, and that's fine. That's all they would do. There was very, very little editing and very little effort put into that. And that's why I say Let's Plays can sometimes be, well, they aren't sometimes. They are quite literally the laziest content you can actually make on the internet. I understand that you can 100% put, all your effort into Let's Plays. Obviously, some people do. They've made careers out of it. Look at Markiplier, PewDiePie, the Game Grumps. That's who we're going to be talking about later, by the way, the Game Grumps. One Game Grump in particular. And they've made an entire career out of that genre. And that's the video I should have gotten ready for that. Oh, man, I had some visuals gotten ready, and I was like, I know I'm missing something. I know I missed something. I'll have to look it up live. Anyway, because I'm not trying to be salty about Let's Plays when I say that. I'm really not trying to be like, oh, Let's Plays suck, you shouldn't watch them anymore. That's not it at all. I'm just saying making a Let's Play is insanely lazy. It really is. It's so low effort that you can do, because quite literally all you do is you play a game and make commentary over it. And how do I know that? That's because I did them myself. So why don't I bring you the first visual up over here? I actually didn't prepare this one, but right here is my old YouTube channel. Come on. All right. So right here, and I don't say old, it's really my current one, because I don't browse videos on this channel because I kind of want to keep this one separate. Also, the old channel I have is where I get all of my amazing YouTube recommendations, and I don't want those to go away because, oh my gosh, I see amazing stuff every day on that channel. It's insane. It's the most insane stuff, and it's been around for 11 years. So actually, it might even be longer than that. I don't think it actually shows you. Joined December 27th, 2008. So yeah, 11 years almost. Anyway, I play games. So this is my old channel. It's called, wrong button. It's called The Prodigy. And as you can see, I mean, all these videos right here, these are just gameplay videos. These are all the things that I did. Even recently, up to 10 months ago, almost a year ago, I was posting some streams that I had done on there, and honestly, it was the laziest content I've ever made in my entire life. Let's Plays are so insanely easy to do, and you can just you can be really bad about it. I just want to show you. I want to show you because I actually did have a video on here that got again, if you were an early adopter to this stuff, you could get a lot of views really easily. Look how many subscribers I had. 12. I have 12 subscribers on this channel, which is actually funny because I have more on this channel now. And that one's been around a lot longer. So, but it just shows you how much more quality I put into this rather than what I used to do. So here we go. Even Breath of the Wild, Breath of the Wild, I had 22 views on one of the very first episodes. Let's see. I guess I could let you guys see that up close. So the very first video I did was actually a test video. I deleted that. But here's my very first video right here. Fallout New Vegas Bad Guy Guide Part 1. I never finished it. Another problem with Let's Plays, you don't finish them. So that was 8 years ago, which means that was posted in 2000 and I think 10. So it's actually almost 9 years old now. But I want to give you an idea because just listen to this. Just listen to this, okay? This is some of the laziest stuff I've ever worked on before. So hopefully I don't get copyright claimed for my own video that I published. That would be kind of messed up, but what am I going to do about it? There's nothing I can do about it. I mean, I could fight it. I could say I made that video, and then they'll be like, well, it's still copyrighted material that you're using because it's a video, or, some garbage like that.
Hello, my name is
Oh my
do
god.
whatever you need to.
Oh my god.
Hello, my name is Prodigy, and welcome to my first official guide. And today I'll be showing you how to be a excruciatingly bad person in Fallout New Vegas.
Oh no. Oh man.
First things first, I have to apologize.
I haven't watched it.
For
Look at that quality. What even?
Quality of
I think
the
this.
start of this video. It gets better later on, but my computer had a bit of an issue with the recording software, I guess.
Yeah,
Considering I've never really used one like it before, it's just been a bit of a mess trying to get things working together. So let's start off is that when you start a new game,
Yeah. It's good, isn't it? It's very good. Oh, it's so good, right?
Then you're going to
I love it. It sounds so good.
Basically what it is in the start, you'll create your character and junk like that.
Let's just skip ahead a bit.
With laser pistols instead of regular guns, he'll give you a laser
to be
pistol
fair, I am at least giving commentary and like relevant to the situation. There's a lot. Sometimes you wouldn't even have people that would just like say anything. But this was post commentary, so there was 3 distinct styles for making Let's Plays. There was live commentary, post commentary, and no commentary. No commentary was the worst one out of all of them. Post commentary was usually a lot more. You had people putting a lot more effort into it because they had already gone through it. They know what they need to say, what they're talking about. It's a lot more structured. It's a lot easier to like. It's a lot. It's not as natural in terms of the flow of the video, but it's a lot easier. Like there's a lot better quality to it. And then there's live commentary. Live commentary was a lot more natural dialogue, which turns out would be the part that would take off. Like live commentary takes off way faster because it's a lot more natural. But it's also a lot worse, much like how this show is, because this is going to be the worst show I've done. And I already know it because it's all over the place. I've already committed to it. Again, I've already run through this once before, and I have to do it because I need to get this out of my system. Because I really don't want to talk about this a lot of this stuff anymore, because I realize that like doing this entire show is very pretentious. It's very pretentious, and I'm not really trying to be that critical. I don't know why I have this ongoing feeling of like, oh, I need to like talk about all this stuff. I need to be really critical about all of these things. That's not true at all. I just need to have fun. I need to enjoy it. I do enjoy this. But it's really pretentious, almost like saying I'm like, oh, I know what you need to do and you need to stop doing this. I'm really not trying to do that at all. Again, I already have like a couple self-help episodes planned. And I don't, again, they all sound really pretentious. I don't know why I'm stuck on this word. I've said it 5 times now. I don't know why it just feels like that, and I really don't want to I don't want to come off as this guy who just feels like he's better than you all or anything like that. I really don't, and I don't feel like I'm better than anybody. I've had this stuff that I wanted to talk about, and again, I don't know why I went off on this tangent. Derailed again. Classic of me.
No.
Anyway, I think you guys get the idea. It's not very good. I did about 6 parts of that, and every single one of them was pretty much more or less the same. None of them were very good. Just to give you an idea of what happened later. See, I've done all of it. Those were post commentary, and then we have the Terraria playthrough. That was live commentary, and then we had Bastion, which was no commentary. Why did I think that was okay? I don't know. I mean, the game does kind of narrate itself, but at the same time, it's boring. So, but look at that. How many views? I got 1.3K views. So if you, and like on a channel that has no subscribers or anything like that, that's insane. That's insane. I've never seen that. You really don't even see that nowadays, because unless something like goes viral and blows up. Let's see. Let's look at one more that I've done real quick, just to show you how the quality like never really improved. Let's see. I don't want to do the facade. That's no commentary. That one's no commentary. Let's just do Breath of the Wild Frozen Edition. Why don't we do that? You can get an idea. This is me actually having a capture card and a semi-decent microphone. So that first episode was with... Actually, I still have that. So those first few ones were recorded with a headset microphone. And you can obviously tell. The next ones, recorded with this baby, a blue snowball. Don't buy these anymore. I'm going to be talking about that later. Not this episode. That's another episode in and of itself. And this is why I say I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm pretentious when I do this stuff. But like... Oof. That didn't sound good. Anyway, I hope I didn't break it. I just kind of dropped it a bit. I was supposed to be giving this away to somebody when I was done with it, so I hope I didn't just break it. Anyway, don't buy these anymore. And that's not to be pretentious. That's because you can get better quality out of a lot cheaper equipment. You can get better quality out of an XLR setup for not as much, for pretty much the same price as one of these. And you have a lot more control. That's a whole episode in and of itself that I tried to record, and again, it just didn't turn out that good, so I didn't publish it. But I'll be doing that one. Anyway, let's just go ahead and keep going into this. All right, welcome back, everyone. It's your boy. Oh, no. Cringe. You know yuck. My name is. It's Chris. This is me, by the way. Like you got, like, I hope you all realize that, like, I'm not just here to make fun of other people. I'm literally making fun of myself. I used to do this garbage. I used to do this. This is so cringe. I don't know why. There's like some stigma about gamer culture that like makes you feel like you have to be overly hype and overly excited about things, and it just kind of like sounds forced. I'm excited and I'm hyped now because I actually enjoy doing this. I did somewhat enjoy doing that, but like I kind of felt fake while I was doing it. I don't feel fake right now. This feels natural for me. This feels right. So let's go ahead and go back into this garbage. So I thought of that name. I thought it was really clever when I was a little, younger. I realize now it's fucking stupid of me to think. Oh yeah, I forgot. I swore all the time too. Wow. Wow. All right, let's just skip ahead. Yep. Dead air. No come. Good past. Oh wow, sorry. Good past me. You're really showing high quality of getting. I'll remember it eventually, but that doesn't really matter. You're really showing the good quality of getting a capture card. More about myself, and more specifically games. So I'll let you know my absolute favorite game is Mario, or just cool. Oh God! Uh-oh. Things are happening. I better get loud. I better sound excited. See, it's so cringe. Why did I think that was okay? All right, and even still, I'm not going to show that anymore. You get the idea. It's not very good. It was all over the place. It's boring. It really is. It's kind of boring. It's just... What was I don't know why I thought, obviously, like, I still got some views on that stuff, but not very much. And, I wasn't getting any comments. Like, I wasn't getting new subscribers. It was whatever, because these are years later. Like, what was it? I was gone. How big of a gap is there? Let's see. There's a big gap. So there's 8 years. And then I did that all the way up to part 6. So that took me a long time. to keep going with it. 7 years ago. So I started going through Bastion bit by bit, never finished it because, again, you're a Let's Player, you don't finish it. Let's see. There was that joke video that I recorded with a camera. Let's see. There was that one I tried to do an actual review of Super Mario. Why don't we listen to my actual review of Super Mario Brothers? It's bad. This was like supposed to be like a scripted video, and it's just, oh God. You want to talk about cringe? Here you go.
Super Mario Brothers. Classic.
No!
Hello everyone and welcome. Prodigy, and today I'm gonna play for you some Super.
Come on! What are you doing past me? What is wrong with you? Oh my God! What am I doing? Why am I making fun of myself so much? Oh my God! Okay, you know what? I'm sorry that I just peeked the mic like crazy there, but oh my God. What is wrong with me? Why did I think that was okay? Oh my God. You know what? I'm not the worst I'm bad. Okay, I did it bad. But you know what? I'm not the only one that was like that. So why don't we go ahead and talk about somebody else real quick, just so I can give you an idea of what it's like to be a popular one. Here we have one of the biggest early adopters of it by the name of David R64YT. Now, if that name doesn't sound familiar to you, you might also know him as X. I don't know why he calls himself X, and if that doesn't sound familiar to you as well either, you might actually recognize his voice. So here is his most popular video, 5.3 million views, okay? This is the guy that started off the whole Minecraft kick. This guy kicked off and made Minecraft popular because of Let's Plays. This is how Let's Plays had such a big impact. 5.3 million views. Let's take a look, okay?
Welcome to another video. And you're probably asking yourself, what the heck is this? And yeah, you are 100% right to ask yourself that. This is Minecraft, and everything you see around me right now is a randomly generated world. I seem to have started near some water and some sand, and in a small pit of some sort. But yeah, this is a completely randomly generated world. It is different for everybody who plays the game. There are this is the single player version, and this is my very first time playing this game. I haven't played this game before. I have a friend who plays it, and he was nice enough to give me some pointers, and I've watched a couple of online tutorials, and that is all I know about this game. The reason I wanted to record my very first time playing it is because I wanted to
he's still playing? Oh my God. Now, do you understand what I'm saying? You probably recognize this, right? This guy's kicked off the YouTube Minecraft Let's Player thing. He made Minecraft popular. He made Minecraft 2 popular. 5.3 million views. Okay. Back in the day, that was considered high quality. Do you believe that? Do you really believe that? No, it's not. Like, what happened? There's such a change. I mean, obviously the fact that equipment gets better and better, but I just want to show you. I want to show you that, like,
quite a bit of this game because
he got really popular about this.
Very fun to play. So,
and he made Minecraft popular. Now he's doing commentary. He's doing live commentary. He's talking about the stuff. He's going on. Actually, I think he actually did post commentary for that one in particular. But now he did edit videos. But like it was interesting to watch. Like it really was back in the day because nobody else had done anything like this. And quite literally, it was fun to play the game along with him because you both were doing different builds and stuff like that. Let's take a look at some of the comments he was getting. He might even still get, okay, 4 years ago, somebody posted for anyone else on a nostalgic marathon. So people actually enjoyed this so much that they went back to watch it again later. 8 years later, thanks X for making the video game. This was 6 months ago. 6 months ago, people are still commenting, watching this video. Let's see, newest first. Let's go to newest. 10 hours. This is 10 hours ago. Some people are still watching this today. Hop on the bus, guys. Let's get a feels trip. Oh my God, found you again. You were like my childhood. Like, you see, people loved this. And just to give you an idea of what quality he still produces, because this guy still makes Let's Plays today. So this is posted 3 days ago. Dishonored 2, X plays Dishonored 2. Here you go. Obviously, there's going to be a bit of a quality difference because
Now,
more
your
equipment.
notes, Hamilton. What did they say?
Come on.
What do they say?
There you go. And of course, we get an ad.
From you for a reason. Your mind slipping. They give you some of the bad Addermeyer solution? Okay. A little bit of this here and there. Hamilton's diary. They took your notes.
Okay, enough kidding around. But you get what I'm saying, right? Like, he's still basically doing the same thing, and it's live commentary. He's just kind of narrating about what's going on in front of him, and it gets kind of boring. And this is why streaming is taking off, because you can do stuff like this still, and it's okay. Because while you're streaming it, if you're streaming it, this is natural. This is what natural, like, dialogue feels like while you're commentating on a game, while you're playing it. There's also the benefit that streaming a game gives you interactivity immediately with that person. You can talk to them and you can have a conversation with that person. He's by himself. And I'm not saying that, he's just a shut-in and he's trying to be a loner. That's not it at all. I'm just saying that, like, this is why this stuff like this gets boring, because you have no interactivity with it other than watching it. And this is why streaming picked off so much. But you can see that the quality of the videos is more or less the same. It's just, the quality of what his dialogue is, his commentary is more or less the same. And it's not really that intriguing. It's not that entertaining. It's just, he's just saying what's happening. Quite literally like what I'm doing right now, I guess. But I'm giving you context for something. I'm not just saying, oh, here's something right here I can pick up. What is that? Oh, it's a potion. Cool. You know what? Who cares? Anyway, he still makes videos today. And look, this is how bad he has 183,000 subscribers, right? How many people, and he had 5.3 million views on that my very first Minecraft, and most of his Minecraft videos had over 1 million views. How many views do you think he gets nowadays on his videos? Just take a guess. I'm going to take a drink while you take a guess. Okay, time's up. I'm going to tell you right now, he has 1,000 views on that, and that was posted 3 days ago. 183,000 subs. Now, to be fair, that's okay. That he just posted that not too long ago. Probably hasn't picked up traction yet. Okay, why don't we go ahead and scroll down and see what some of his other videos are? Let's see. Let's go about 4 months ago. Okay. Oh shit. Okay. 6 months ago, Fortnite, 1.9K views. Let's see, 5 months ago, Super Mario World, 3.4K views. So he's getting less than 1% of his subs, actually, I guess that is 1%. He's getting about 2% of his actual subs to watch him again, if they're even his subs. They might not even be his subs. You don't know that. Might just be somebody who randomly looked up Super Mario World and saw, sometimes YouTube does that. If somebody posts a video like that's brand new, they'll put it right at the top of your search. Not always. They'll usually put a really popular one, but sometimes it happens. You get what I'm saying, though. That's quite literally what. Listen to what he was saying, okay? Listen to what he was saying. Or not really listen to what he was saying. Listen to how the commentary was going. He was just saying what was happening. That's not all that Let's Plays were. There were some people that commented like that. There were some people that would tell stories, not even really stories. They would give context for the game, and they would give you the history of it while they were playing it and stuff like that. That's kind of interesting because back in the day, you didn't have all the nowadays you can just easily Google the history of a video game and you can find it. But you had to really search and put a lot of time and effort into looking into a lot of this stuff back in the day. So hearing stuff like that was actually kind of interesting, but nowadays it's so common that it's so easy to find. almost isn't really worth it anymore. And let's see, obviously, all right. So that was popular, right? And that popularity breeds a lot of copycats because Let's Plays grew so fast and were so popular. We had a lot of people that were just flooding quite literally flooding the platform to put their own content on there. And you had people like DSP. Now, DSP, also known as Darkside Phil, I'm not going to show any of his stuff because he is very not. He cusses a lot, kind of like I did my old stuff. I don't do that anymore. At least I try not to. I might have one slip every now and then, but it's not on purpose. Darkside Phil, I really didn't pull any of his stuff up because I don't want to accidentally hear him saying stuff that I don't really want you to hear, because he was quite literally like, he's not very he's not a very nice person. Anyway, he was popular because he was one of the early adopters of it, and he did the way where it was just you had a camera on your TV and then that was it. That was how you recorded. You didn't get a capture card because those were expensive. And that's how he made it. He would, record like hours of gameplay and then cut it up and put it up on YouTube. And he would put out and this is how insane some of the stuff is. He would quite literally put out like 12 to 13 videos a day. That's too much. He would put out like part 1 through 10 of a particular game, and then do it again the next day, and he would just flood the platform. So like he got really popular because he flooded. Anytime there was a new game that came out, he would do it, and he would flood that entire search bar with part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5, part 55, part 66 of his Let's Plays, because you could only post 10-minute videos. And, if a game takes you about, say, 20 hours to complete, that's 10 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. Okay, so let's say a game takes you 10 hours to complete, okay? And 10 minutes, so you get six parts out of 1 hour. And so you get about 60 parts. You get about 60 parts out of a 10-hour game. That's insane. And quite literally would again flood that entire search history with that of all of his parts. And because a lot of you see part like 30, say you jump in on a Let's Play, you see part like 33 of something, and there's 48 parts. Well, you jumped in at that particular part. You might not know what's going on. So what do? You jump back into part 1, and then you kind of binge it. It's almost like Netflix, where you just binge it if it's something you actually wanted to watch. And this is how a lot of early Let's Players also made a lot of money really fast, because you'd have people with viewer retention that would just go all the way through your parts and just keep watching every single part. And you had DSP was one of the ones that actually got he made a lot of money on it because he was so popular. He had a contract with Machinima, lost that contract, and then he got another one, and then he lost it again because, well, people kind of wised up that DSP is not really that nice. And I could honestly do an entire episode about DSP because there's an entire culture around him and his negativity. And even to this day, he still makes the same he still streams and makes gameplay videos, but now again, I don't really want to go that far into the rabbit hole with DSP because it quite literally is a rabbit hole. So I'm not going to talk too much about that, but you also had people like PewDiePie and PewDiePie was basically the new generation of Let's Players. There's the old style. PewDiePie, he made Let's Plays like the actual oh, you can make money playing games on YouTube guy, because holy crap, he again, PewDiePie, he actually put a lot of effort into editing his clips and stuff like that he would post. Obviously, he would have full playthrough parts of it as well, but he knew what to do. He knew how to be entertaining. He knew how to take advantage of YouTube's demographic, and he using that to his advantage. He made it very popular and made himself as big of an icon as he is today. I mean, he's still one of the biggest YouTube icons, even though he doesn't really make that many gameplay videos now. He's kind of moved on because he's already bored with that. He said himself he's not that interested in making that content anymore. Now he does a lot of different stuff, and I'm glad that he's doing something that he enjoys, because if you get stuck in a rut like that, and that's all you do. I mean, it's hard to actually break out of it and figure out what else you want to do. And again, he brought in that new generation of Let's Players that brought on. Again, I forgot to mention this, but popularity breed. I've mentioned this before. Popularity breeds copycats, and with copycats, you get copycat behaviors, copycat material, quite literally. So the X Plays Minecraft series that brought the entire Minecraft like YouTubers into light, and that just so many people started posting Minecraft videos after that and just flooded the market with Minecraft. YouTube almost got taken over by Minecraft. Like I said, it got taken over by gaming for a little while. Gaming almost became entirely Minecraft for a time on YouTube. It was that popular and it was that overwhelmed with content in terms of that. And that's why I really started hating Minecraft for a while, because it was everywhere. I did not want to see it anymore, and it was all over YouTube. But here we go. So obviously we get a lot of copycats that just don't take it off. And even still, why don't we do this live? Why don't we take a look at, let's go onto YouTube. I'll bring this over. And why don't we just go ahead and type in Let's Play. And we will do filter, upload date last hour. So last hour, let's see how many search results we have. Wow, it's still going. It is still going. It just keeps going. So yeah, people still make this stuff today. And of course, the first result is a Minecraft video, because that's still a thing. That one is, okay, wow. Wow. Dan Q, a Jedi Star Wars Knights. What is, like, people still make these. As part 56 of Skyrim. People are still making Skyrim Let's Plays. This is how popular this genre really is, but it's almost like it almost blows my mind. Why don't we go ahead? Because I know if I look, the Minecraft one has 8.1k views. Just because this one has the most out of all these other ones, let's just, again, I really don't want to get copyright claimed, so please don't, but I just want to...
Hello, everybody. My name is Python, and welcome back to another episode of the Hermitcraft server, guys. We're back. This is the 41st episode, and yeah, we're back, guys.
Another ad,
a
of
few
course.
days ago, I made a video basically outlining my...
Skip ahead.
Like
Let's just skip.
10 or 12 stonemason villagers all selling quartz to me. It does mean we're going to need a...
I mean, I don't get... Of course, and there's an ad, so you know what? Ad plays, let's just go ahead and leave it. It's just a Let's Play. I guess it's not really the worst offender of, like, ones that I've seen right now, especially of the ones that I've shown you where it's very boring. He's actually, like, talking the whole time, but I think it is post-commentary. I don't know if it's live commentary. It sounded very post-commentary. Let's see. Yeah, I really want to see, where's this, because it's so easy to do these, I want to find one that's just like, here we go, one view, 48 minutes ago, Skyblock, Let's Play, let's see. Oh, no, I can't play this. This is a kid.
What's up, guys?
That's a kid. I can't do that. That's mean. He's just a kid. I'm not going to do that. Let's see. Oh, no. This game is audio only. There are no graphics. Your monitor isn't broken. What? There's no video. What is this guy? What is this? Okay.
B&H has been pretty
Of course, there's an ad. So, as soon as an ad pops up, we're done with it. Let's move on. Okay. You get the idea. You get the idea that this is still very much a popular thing that people do, but it's died down a lot because if you also looked, there was a lot of just live video because streaming has taken over that whole entirely. That's why Twitch is so big. And well, not anymore. Twitch is basically going to get beat out by Mixer. If you watched the last episode, Mixer is pretty much going to be the up and coming platform. There's also been a lot of fallout with Twitch lately, quite literally promoting not really kid-friendly stuff on Ninja's channel, which was kind of messed up. And, he had to come out and say something about it. He was like, I'm sorry if you guys saw that. He's like, I have no control over that. That's Twitch doing that. And this is why people are mad at Twitch right now. Again, not really what this episode's about, but So we also, again, because of all that popularity, there's still a lot of people making stuff today. There's a lot of copycats and like that and stuff like that. One of the biggest copycats that came out is the people called the Game Grumps. Okay, you know who these guys are. The Game Grumps is Aaron Hansen, aka Ego Raptor, emphasis on the ego, and Ninja Sex Party. His name's Danny Sexbang is what he calls himself. I don't know if that's his actual name. I think we do know what his actual name is, but I don't know. Sorry, I didn't bother looking it up because it's whatever. It's just his name. It's not that big a deal. Everybody just calls him Danny of the Game Grumps or whatever. And the reason why I wanted to talk about them a bit is because the Game Grumps is what happens when content creators just give up on making creative stuff and just start making Let's Plays because it's easy and popular. And if I show any of the Game Grumps footage or anything like that, I guarantee you I will probably get a copyright claim. I might get some from all that stuff I just showed earlier, but like I'm really hoping I don't. So I'm not going to show you any of the Game Grumps stuff. But I really like the reason why I didn't like the Game Grumps at all. And at first it was okay. Like it's because the reason I don't like them is because Let's Plays became so popular so fast that it caused a lot of people that made creative content to just give up and start making Let's Plays. And Aaron Hansen was one of them. Aaron Hansen was an old school animator back in the early days of Newgrounds. And again, Ego Raptor was what this whole episode was originally going to be. But I ran through the episode a few times in my head, and each time it just felt more and more egotistical the more I talked about it. And I was giving off the completely wrong message in my head. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to do an entire episode on him because like it sounds like I'm being mean. I'm trying to pick on the guy, or, I'm just trying to like take advantage of the fact that he's been in negative news lately. And that's not really the case at all. The reality is I actually liked Aaron I liked Ego Raptor's content for a long time. I never liked the Game Grumps that much because by this time I'd kind of like moved away from Let's Plays. I didn't like them that much anymore. But I didn't like it either because he had at first it was not that big of an offense because it was like he was still trying to do animations. It was just like something he did on the side. But then he gave it up entirely. And this is what I should have gotten prepared for this, because he'd given it up entirely because of Let's Plays. And basically how much money he was making on it. So let me look this up real quick. Because he was on the news. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's... yeah, wow. I'm not looking that up because I know what that is. News... There was where's it at? There was a news clip where he was on where he and Danny were talking to a local news station about what they did and how they made money off of it. And it was almost like he was bragging about it. So let's see, news coverage maybe? Yeah, there it is. Segment on KTLA 5. I might... See, this is what I say when I say I'm like, I really don't want to get claimed for this, but I might because of it. And of course, there's an ad, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mute that video while the ad plays. And you guys can't see it anyway because I have it hidden. So because I'm just gonna bring it over. Okay, here we go. All right, and bring it over here. I want you guys to see this. And I'm not gonna do the full screen because you don't need... I'll full screen it at one point, but you don't need to get all of that. So go ahead and listen.
Money, but they're not on TV. They're on YouTube. They're the new stars of the digital age. I'm Steve Koosh, and coming up, we'll show you how these YouTubers are becoming even more famous than television and movie stars.
Well, digital platforms are changing how we get our entertainment, and now they're also redefining what it means to be a celebrity.
The web is creating a whole new
this whole news segment. They're basically talking about how like they're talking about how their format is. It's almost like the way they're talking is like their format is outdated, which is funny because they're basically talking about how YouTube is the wave of new content creation. And it's weird because they talk a lot about money and how much money he's making about it. Like I'm gonna skip ahead. There's a particular part where where's it at?
YouTube has almost 1 billion users. That's about
where is it? There's a
entire internet. And
the World Championship, I believe.
let's see. That's not it.
getting their game on and uploading their personalities
There we go.
to YouTube.
I march to my own drummer, baby.
How do your parents describe what you do to their friends?
I have no earthly idea.
I like that line because it's like, oh, I don't talk to my parents. It's what it sounded like. I know that's not it at all, but it's what it sounded like.
So right here we've got the video, and right here we've got the audio.
Aaron Hansen, Dan Avedon, and 7 of their friends are powering up a...
But you see that they have their own like studio set up. They had so much money that they were able to build a studio, like an actual professional studio. This is just in my basement, okay? This is just in my basement, and I mean, it's all this equipment that I have right now. Like a lot of it was gifted to me, but my computer I built myself. I built that by by hand. And that stuff adds up over time. That's expensive. Sound foam isn't that cheap. Like that piece of sound foam right there, it's not even attached to the wall. I just have it sitting there to help the sign pop. That's cheap. Sound foam's actually pretty cheap, but like you saw all the equipment. They had an entire like second setup in the back. So holy crap. Where's it at? Here it is.
Tech Titans, biggest paycheck in my life.
Yeah, here it is. Okay, so I want you to pay very close attention. Okay, this is the moment where Ego Raptor went from I'm doing this on the side to I'm doing this full time now. Look at his face. Just watch his face.
Their content, and then pays them based on views.
I had gotten the biggest paycheck in my life up to that point. I was like, oh my goodness, this is...
Right there. That's his face. He's like, oh my goodness. I could do this the rest of my life.
The craziest, and I bought a car with that money.
He bought a car. He'd made so much money, he was able to just buy a car immediately after that with his first paycheck. That's insane, okay? That is insane. That is the moment he said, I'm not making animations anymore. I'm not doing what I used to do creatively. I'm going to make Let's Plays. The laziest content I can make, because you watched what their process was. They would quite literally sit in front of a screen, record themselves, and then cut it up and post it. I mean, yeah, they obviously the Game Grumps edits their videos. They do. I'm not gonna lie, they do put a lot of effort into making their stuff the highest quality that they can. I'm not gonna sit here and insult that fact, but this is the moment where where Ego Raptor head went from I can make content and I can do this on the side while I make content to I can make money all the time doing this. And that bred a lot of other people that made content copycats of them. So now you had other people, including people that I talked about like Pro Jared, that basically would make a gaming channel exclusively, and then they would post more on that channel than they would their own original content. And then their own original content would suffer because of it. Now, to get into the controversy with Aaron, because I just want to briefly mention it, Aaron has, because now he focuses all on the Let's Plays and stuff like that, there is a particular YouTuber that I am a big fan of. He's an animator by the name of Sir Pello. And Sir Pello made a very recent video called Storytime Animation. And it's basically a satire of the Storytime Animation genre that's on YouTube. And it's funny. It's really funny because it's just that. It's a satire of the whole premise, and I can show a little bit of it. I think I can show one particular part of it. And this is what a lot of people are like mad about Aaron Hansen about. So here's the video. I'm just show the very beginning of it because it's funny. It's just funny. I want you guys to see it.
Hi guys, it's story time!
Hey guys, have I told you about something you heard somewhere else? Hi guys.
I love his animation.
Have I told you how I'm an introvert?
Okay, but here's what Aaron said about it. Aaron said, because Aaron tweeted about that video, it's funny. It's just a satire of it. And by the way, I really want to premise this. This storytime animation isn't that mean. It's just a satire of the whole genre itself. And the reality is that storytime animators make fun of other storytime animators and like kind of insult them and criticize them. So this isn't new. This isn't like something that is out of the water. Like, they do this to themselves, okay? They do this to themselves because I don't know why. Maybe they think it's fun, or maybe they're just trying to be critical of each other to get views, because a lot of these people are very popular. One of them in particular has like an insane amount of subscribers. But Aaron had posted as a reply to it. He posted on Twitter a reply to Serpello's tweet of the video, and you can go ahead and take a look at it right here. It says right here, he goes, "This is me." Okay, yeah, of course he swears in because it's Aaron. Aaron's whole shtick. Okay. While I'm still talking about Aaron's whole shtick is that he is loud, he's obnoxious, he swears a lot. He basically has the mindset of a teenager, even though he's in his 30s. Okay, that's his whole shtick. Okay, and he's never given up on that. That's all he does. He's just like, that's his whole gimmick. All right, if you've ever watched any of his videos, that you get it. You watch one video, you've seen the rest. That's his humor. That's his style. And to be honest, I liked that. I liked Aaron a lot when I was growing up. I loved his humor. I loved watching all his stuff on Newgrounds. I loved all his animations because that was funny to me. It was funny. It was entertaining. The reality is that as you grow up, you realize how like it's more juvenile than what you think it is, and it's almost kind of like he's an old person. He's older than me, so I can't say he's an old person, because he's in his 30s now, and he's never grown up. Like, he's kind of like has that teenager mindset, and he's never gotten over it. I'm not really trying to be mean about it. Like I said, this episode was originally going to be all about him. And when I say that he's never grown up, that's where it sounds like I'm the one being egotistical. So I'm like, I really shouldn't do that. It kind of misses the whole point. But I want you to take that. I want you to take that in consideration next time you watch one of his videos, is that he has the same mindset, and that's his whole shtick. And he does the same thing all the time. And we're going to talk about so here's what Aaron said. Okay. Aaron said, "This is mean. I got made fun of like this all the time when I made cartoons, and it fucking sucked. It didn't give me thick skin or make me a better artist. It made me think more about what I was doing. It just hurt." By the way, he's saying that because he feels there's a particular scene in there that like hits really hard with Aaron, and I'm going to show that right here. This is the scene where Aaron went from there's a scene in here where it's like Aaron, like, I must have taken too literally and felt targeted, but it's not even at all. So here's the joke. All right, watch this right after this.
Hi guys, have I told you about this school? One day I was at the school.
And here comes the bully. That's the joke.
Wow, that is relatable.
And that's what Aaron said. That is relatable. So Aaron, like, I don't get this at all. Aaron must have been like really offended by the fact that like there's a lot of storytime animators that like do that. They talk about how they were like picked on in school sometimes or something like that. And the reality is like the bullying has changed. Bullying has changed from over the years. But either way, I'm gonna preface this right now. Aaron dropped out of high school. Okay, he didn't finish school. He got his GED, and he never finished school. So I don't know why he thinks that either that must have affected him so much, but he wasn't animating at that time. Okay, he wasn't making animations at that time. He made animations when he was like after he got his GED, I believe. And then he got a contract with MTV to make little shorts on MTV, and that's where he got his massive ego, okay? And then, on the tester, he had to make the whole show about him. Again, I really could have done a whole show about this. I really didn't want to because, again, it sounds like I'm being mean, and that's not really what I'm trying to come across as. But, you know, he got kicked off the tester because he tried to make the show like all about him. Me, give me attention, please. And they didn't like that. So anyway, Aaron's whole shtick is that he's got the mindset of a teenager and that he, you know, is overly edgy all the time. And I want to point that out very heavily, the fact that he's being overly edgy all the time, because he makes fun of video game companies. He makes fun of video game fans, makes fun of fan bases. All of his stuff, he always is making fun of stuff like other people. So like Aaron is honestly the biggest bully out of any of the other content creators out there because he's always poking fun at stuff. He's quite literally made the whole Sonic fan bases are horrible joke. Like he made it so that people would pick on, like his commentary made people want to pick on Sonic fans more than like any other person out there. He's insanely critical about anything he does. And so the fact that he is like being critical out of somebody else who's making a joke out of the genre, a genre that other people in that genre make fun of themselves as, they're all critical of each other and make fun of each other anyway. He's so out of touch with that. He's so out of touch with all of the other people in that industry because Aaron doesn't animate anymore. Aaron doesn't do that stuff anymore. Okay. This is why. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about originally. Okay, Aaron doesn't make stuff anymore. He doesn't make animations. He doesn't do all that stuff anymore. He still wants to be what Aaron wants to do. Aaron wants to be a voice actor, okay? And I'm not saying that he's not bad. Like he definitely has a range. He has his gimmick. But he's not a part of the animation scene anymore, okay? He doesn't do that stuff anymore. And maybe he does. In fact, let me go on there right now because I know Aaron doesn't really post on egoraptor.com anymore or anything like that. He did have a website. Let's see. If I just type in Egoraptor, let's see what I can find. Because he used to post animations on his thing. Let's see. But he doesn't. Okay, yeah, whatever. He doesn't actually animate stuff anymore. He usually gets other people to animate stuff for him. One in particular, Spaz Kid. Spaz Kid is basically Egoraptor's White Knight at this point. Let's see. It says Tetris Rap animated 3 months ago. Maybe he still does animate. Yeah, whatever. Starbomb. Let's see. Animated by... Yeah, he didn't even animate it. So he hired somebody else to animate it for him. So Egoraptor doesn't animate anymore. Okay. Point proven. Egoraptor does not animate. And he's just so out of touch with that genre, that whole field, that he doesn't get it anymore. He doesn't get it. So... Let's go back to what else he was saying. So he replied to that Sir Pello, and apparently Sir Pello, let's see, the fact that, so he made this tweet, right? He made this tweet, and it got a lot of negative attention from everybody else because everybody else was like, why are you being so critical about this? This is quite literally the things that he used to do, where he would make fun of people, and he still does, where you'd make fun of people and you'd make animations like that all the time. How can you be like that, and how can you say that and still be the person that you are, you know, when you do the exact same thing? So he was basically getting called out for his BS, and he didn't like that. He didn't like that, so he says, so Egoraptor says, the fact that you are that all the people are patting you on the back for this cartoon are old school Newgrounds types with very few STAs. Commenting speaks volumes. You can use this thread to pretend it's all in good fun, but it's not fun. It's mean. It hurts. And then he says, there are kids who are all creating, sharing themselves, and trying to find a way to belong. This video only serves to segregate two groups of individuals, both primarily populated by people who desperately want to connect with one another. And the reality is that they all still do connect to one another. So I don't know where this is coming from. But yeah, Aaron's being called out on his shit. So sorry, I don't really want to curse, but like that's the easiest way for me to put it, and quite literally the most powerful way for me to put it. He's being called out, and he didn't like that. So a lot of people are really mad at him for that, and they're trying to be like, "What is wrong with you? How can you say that when you've been like this for so long?" So he put out a statement. This is his statement that he made. I have to click on it to bring it up. Okay, so I realize there are young folks who look up to me, who invite me to their lives by watching my shows frequently, and I don't want them to think that using hurtful words and making hurtful jokes is okay. It's not. It never was. It is wrong and hateful, and I don't approve of it. It is a damn shame that I had to act out in my youth at the expense of others in order to learn what was right. I hope many young folks can, after me, can skip the acting out part. It is a necessary step for growth. I know this may become a discourse about cancel culture. Sorry, I can't read right now. It is a complicated topic, sure, but at the very least, people are right to be upset over things I've said. They are right to want an apology or accountability. I am grateful that people feel empowered to speak up about things that hurt them. Holding people of influence accountable for their actions is a good thing. We are people who get to say all kinds of things and have people listen to us. I think it is a reasonable request to ask us to listen back. That's very interesting, that part right there. I think we should hold people accountable for their actions is a good thing. Funny you say that, Aaron. Do you remember when you used to say the N-word all the time? I wonder. If you don't think that's true, it really is. Aaron has quite literally... Okay, so Aaron had a stream a long time ago where he used the N-word. This is old before he started the Game Grumps stuff, and he was like drawing Flash, animating, he was streaming himself, and he said the N-word, and he was like, oh, whoops. And then his wife, I don't remember what his wife, I think his wife's name's Susie or something like, I don't remember. Anyway, mentioned something about I never use that word. And then his wife chimed in and was like, no, you don't. You use it all the time. You literally shouted at people in the car all the time. Methinks Aaron quite has a bit of an ego problem and tries to put off a facade. That's what the show was going to be originally about. I'm sorry. I know. I've said that before, but like the reality is I kind of want to move on from Aaron at this point because I don't really want to harp on the guy. Again, I like him. I really don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with him at all. Like he's fake. Okay, Aaron is fake, and that's what this is what happened. My business is this might affect my business because he's all about money now. That's why that moment I showed you where he was like, whoa, I got my first paycheck and I was able to buy a car. That's when he became all about money and doing all the Let's Plays. Something's affecting my business. I better I better make a statement or something. I better make something. I don't know. Anyway, so Sir Pello never says that Aaron never apologized to him or anything, but he don't care. He's like whatever, he doesn't care because the reality is Aaron's so out of touch with the animation scene that he quite literally doesn't know what's going on. So anyway, I know I went on a big tangent about Aaron. That was I shouldn't have gone as far deep into it as I wanted to, but I mean, it just happens. You fall into those rabbit holes real quick. So again, the Game Grumps is really popular, but it's the same. They've been making the same content for years, and it's so lazy that it actually discouraged a lot of creation. That's why JonTron left, because he was actually hurting his own videos that he was making. He wasn't able to be as creative, so he left. There's also a lot of other stuff saying that like Aaron was actually a pain in the butt to work with, and that Aaron has a ego problem. That's what I was gonna talk about, but I don't want to talk about it anymore. But again, because the Game Grumps kicked off was like this old creator that was able to make Let's Plays and just blow up like that using his old fan base and then creating a new one. You had people like Oni, who's also another animator turned Let's Player. You had again Pro Jared, Peanut Butter Gamer, all these other content creators that became basically Let's Players because of how fast the genre picked up and how popular it became. And it's really it's really sad because you don't want to see that all the time. Even now, you have people like, even though Scott Falco is one of my favorite YouTubers. He makes animations, and he does like little short animations all the time, and he still makes them. Thank God he still makes them. But, when his downtime, you know what he does? He streams video games because it's easy. It's easy. He can make easy money doing it. It's just, that's why I say, like, but the benefit of that, instead of him just making a Let's Play and posting it, he's actually interacting with his audience. He does a lot of stuff. So he makes it entertaining for you to actually be there for a live show. Compared to where in a Let's Play, if you just go watch a Let's Play, you're gonna comment, and then maybe you can like it, and like and subscribe and comment, guys. You get all that stuff, but that's not. I mean, that's about it. You don't get to actually have a conversation with the guy while he's playing the game. It's just because it's almost like, again, it's you can put effort into it. It's very obvious that you can put a lot of effort into it. The problem is that a lot of people don't. They don't put in the effort. Just like everything you do, you have to put in the effort. And that's why I don't really think you should worry about Let's Plays anymore. Just don't even bother. If you're going to make a Let's Play, just make it a stream instead, okay? That's really what you should try to do. This is why, like, a lot of the genre, like the whole gaming scene is starting to move towards streaming because it's so much easier. You get a bot. I mean, I realize I just said that. Streaming is easier. It really is easier. You get a live interaction with your audience. So if you have an audience that actually comes to watch you, they can have an actual conversation with you rather than just having a one-off thing, a one-off comment that they posted. You can actually interact with them. And you can make it fun. You can do a lot of entertaining things live with a stream because you can quite literally change it on the fly. And that's why I want to move this towards a live show. But, I can't obviously do that right now because I'm having a lot of streaming issues. Yay! So I'll fix that eventually. I don't know what the deal is with that stuff, but we'll fix it. I think that's all I really have to say about the whole Let's Play stuff. I mean, really, if you like Let's Plays, that's fine. I'm not going to dog on your favorite genre. It's obviously still very popular. It's still being made. A lot of people still do it. I don't want you to think that, like, I hate them. I don't hate them. I just think they're lazy because, as coming from somebody who actually made that content, it was the laziest stuff I'd ever done in my whole life. The most effort I ever put into was those first few with the Fallout New Vegas stuff, and that's only because all I had to do was, like, I had to render the videos so that they were readable onto YouTube's format. I put in the commentary, and then on the very last one, I put in a couple edits, mostly because my save file got corrupted and I had to redo it all. So I did like a little fade and do like a new thing. And then I gave up on it because my computer was quite literally couldn't handle it anymore. So you could tell by the video that it was stuttering like crazy. I was only getting about 25 frames a second. If that, I was lucky. It's just, there's a lot of stuff that goes into that. And it's just, I really wasn't putting in the effort like I could have. Even with the live commentary and the no commentary, I was just recording gameplay and then that was it. I mean, I was barely commentating, and that's a majority of Let's Plays even to this day. There's just a big stigma of like, oh, if I just do it, it's easy. It really isn't. It's like the bad advice people give you when they, like, if you want to start a streamer, like, just do it. Just do it, and you'll get a following. No, you won't. You have to put in the effort. You have to make it entertaining. You have to make it enjoyable. And that's really in everything that you try to do with your content. Anyway, I'm not really sure how I should close this episode. I honestly, that was the last thing that, like, I was like, oh shoot, I don't know how I'm going to close this. As I was going through this whole thing, I don't know how to close this, but yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, it was originally that whole tangent I went off on about Ego Raptor. That was what a whole episode was going to originally be about. And I think that lasted longer than I really wanted it to anyway, but that's okay. It happens. It's part of doing a show. Eventually I'm going to switch this over to a live format. And then you guys can always check it out later. Again, I'm going to be changing things here pretty soon so I don't get copyright claims anymore because I don't want to. I'm going to have all original stuff. I'm going to have all original intro. I need to get an ending. I need to get an ending done, but like a way to close the show. I haven't worked on that yet, but I have a few ideas for how I'm going to do it. And then most importantly, if you guys are enjoying this, go ahead. I have to do the YouTube plugs because, I mean, everybody does. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button if you like this. If you really liked it, hit the thumbs up. But most importantly, feel free to comment. If you comment, I just need feedback. I love feedback. I want to hear back from you guys about anything. If you guys want to interact with me later, I have a Discord link down in the description. Feel free to join that, and you can talk to me. Right now, there's nobody on it because, I don't have a lot of viewership right now, so I'm not going to, if 1% of my viewers were to go into my Discord channel, I'd probably have one other person in there right now. So eventually we'll get going. Eventually, you'll also be able to take this show on the go because I'm going to get I'm going to get the audio ripped out and put it on a podcast, like iTunes and stuff like that for you to be able to listen on the go. So you don't have to use I guess you'll have to use your data for if you don't download it, but you'll be able to download it and listen to it on the go. That's all coming hopefully next week because I'm giving myself a schedule and one episode a week. So this will be this week's episode, but again, stay tuned. You guys can catch me next week, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.